In the shadows of global geopolitics, an intense race is unfolding, a race that will redefine the future of warfare. On one side, the United States, long regarded as the world's military superpower. On the other, China, a rising force with ambitions to challenge that supremacy. The battleground? Not the skies or the seas alone, but the very fabric of artificial intelligence, specifically AI-driven military drones that could change the face of conflict forever. These are real videos, released by China's state broadcasters, showcasing their significant strides in developing advanced military drones for land, sea, and air. But what's grabbing the world's attention? China isn't just building drones, they're equipping them with artificial intelligence. While the world's attention was focused on other issues, China saw a unique window of strategic opportunity, a chance to build a military force that could stand toe-to-toe with the United States. And AI-enabled drones are at the heart of this strategy. These are not just machines, they are the future of warfare. The US has always been at the forefront of military technology, leading the world in advanced weaponry, from combat aircraft to armored vehicles to massive aircraft carriers. To catch up, China has been replicating some of the US's most powerful systems. For instance, their wing-long drone mirrors the US's Reaper drone, a deadly tool for offensive strikes. Their Soaring Dragon drone? It's like the US's Global Hawk, designed for high-altitude surveillance. But it's not just about the air. Both countries are now developing drones that can operate across all domains of battle, land, sea, and air. Imagine unmanned surface vehicles, patrolling the seas, laying mines, or even firing torpedoes at enemy warships. Picture robotic dogs on the ground, capable of assessing threats, firing weapons, and handling explosives, all while keeping human soldiers at a safe distance. While the US might lead in large military drones, China is the undisputed king of small, consumer-grade drones. And this is a game-changer. China's DJI dominates nearly 75% of the global market for these drones, and they're producing them at a scale and cost that's unmatched. It's no wonder that both sides in the Ukraine conflict are relying heavily on DJI drones, even though the company has publicly opposed the use of its drones for combat. Small and mid-sized drones might not have the range or firepower of their larger counterparts, but they are far from being mere toys. Linked together, these drones could become a powerful force in battle. The US and China are both exploring strategies for using AI to control large swarms of these drones, potentially overwhelming opponents with sheer numbers. One of the most sought-after tactics is the use of drone swarms, hundreds, even thousands of drones, all linked by AI, working together to carry out missions, whether it's reconnaissance, target identification, or even direct attacks. And here's the kicker: even if you take out a few drones, the swarm can continue its mission. In this footage, you see Chinese drones allegedly working together, locating and neutralizing a target. Both the US and China have tested drone swarms, but so far, only in training exercises. The future? These swarms might not need any human involvement at all. They could be entirely autonomous, with decisions being made by AI in real time. The US Pentagon has a policy in place. Humans must be responsible for the use of force by autonomous systems. But here's the concern. What if America's adversaries don't follow the same ethical guidelines? What if they create drones that can make the decision to kill without human input? The fear of fully autonomous weapons is real. The idea that a drone could identify and engage a target without human oversight is terrifying. But what about simpler methods? Enter drone stacks, an approach that's already been battle-tested. In this strategy, different drones, each controlled individually, are brought into a battle space to perform specific, often sequential functions. While not as sophisticated as a swarm, drone stacks can still be incredibly effective, especially when human operators are involved in the decision-making process. As both countries continue to develop these technologies, the focus is also on reconnaissance. The more sensors a drone has, the more effective it becomes in gathering crucial battlefield intelligence. This is particularly important in a hypothetical conflict over Taiwan, where both the US and China would need to gather as much information about the battle space as possible. These drones aren't just flying cameras. They're equipped with advanced sensors, optical and infrared cameras, synthetic aperture radar, and electro-optical sensors capable of detecting and tracking targets even in the most challenging environments. The US is particularly interested in a concept called collaborative combat aircraft, AI-equipped drones that work alongside human fighters, gathering intelligence, delivering weapons, and reducing the risk to manned aircraft. This approach could be a game-changer, especially in scenarios where the US needs long-range drones to operate from distant bases. China, on the other hand, has been executing a long-term strategy to catch up with the US military. It's a three-part plan: mechanization, reducing troop reliance by emphasizing advanced weapon systems; informationization, building surveillance networks to control battle spaces; and intelligentization, speeding up decision-making with AI. And they're making significant progress. But what about the future? Truly autonomous drones, those that can operate entirely independent of humans, might be years, even decades away. Yet, in the meantime, we're already starting to see a new generation of drones. These aren't your typical reapers or predators. These are smarter, more versatile machines, capable of replacing troops in many combat scenarios. In fact, earlier this year, the US Air Force ran a test where algorithms went head-to-head with human fighter pilots in simulated dogfights. The results were eye-opening. With AI, it's possible to scale up fleets dramatically. A fighter jet might cost $100 million, but a commercial DJI drone? Just a few $100s. The US has ambitious plans in place, programs like the Air Force's Collaborative Combat Aircraft and the Department of Defense's Replicator. But these programs are still in the early stages, and it could be years before we see these AI-driven systems fully operational on the battlefield. In the short term, we're likely to see AI and drones being used in limited ways, autonomous navigation, for example. But make no mistake, the first country to master these technologies will have a significant advantage. In the race for military dominance, it's not just about who gets there first. It's about who uses these capabilities most effectively. The future of warfare is unfolding before our eyes. AI-driven drones are no longer the stuff of science fiction. They're here, and they're changing the game. The question is, which nation will emerge as the ultimate power in this new era of intelligent warfare? If you want to stay ahead of the curve on the latest in military technology and global security, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. You won't want to miss what's coming next.